Welcome everybody to the green room.
Heard you guys say.
We were just talking about it.
You think you're some kind of rock star or something?
We're gonna go to jail.
We had the fire alarm go off one show already.
What do we have to deal with this right now? How do you like that segue?
Really I'm gonna try not to ruin the gig.
Oh my God!
You might as well get in on this too.
How about you,
are
silly.
Tried to pick that up.
Dude, what is that?
It's nothing. It's inside.
Oh, it's like it looks like a ball of gum, like chewed up gum.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, that's picking up.
I won't play with those then.
Yeah. Welcome back to Strays Off Stage, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
My name is Matthew. This is Andrew.
Hello.
Andrew is the bass player for the Red Clay Strays, and we are in
Columbia,
Tennessee, about to play at
the Mulehouse.
the Mulehouse.
I fill in Matthew's blank.
I was just testing you. I knew that.
I knew too.
But we weren't planning on doing a podcast here and got in this sick-ass green room, and it looks really cool, so why not?
It is really cool. And they had this set up ready to go.
Yeah, they had these these aren't ours, but they had these podcast mics already set up.
They coming out of this cool table.
Yeah. For those of you who are new here, Strays Off Stage is the Red Clay Stray podcast.
Official.
Official. You got to watch out for those knockoffs. We're just going to kind of set up the equipment and, every now and again at a cool green room in a cool city. You guys travel around so much, and you guys have all these adventures and stuff, so we figured we'd start sharing some of that.
Yeah, when we walked in here, we're like, well, guess we're doing a podcast.
Yes, we're doing a podcast. We got you now.
Meant to be.
Yeah, they already had the stuff here for us.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm talking about your kayaks. Tell me about the kayaks.
I'm an owner of two, and I don't need to be. I need to
Yeah.
be the owner of one.
Yeah.
But
You're trying to sell the other one?
yeah, it's still in there. I got some saves.
Yeah. So you
Shares.
just bought a new kayak though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I didn't need to.
How
at
excited
all.
How excited are you to get back and to test it out?
Oh, 100% excited, but we don't have any time, so that's why I didn't need it. And I didn't really need to spend the money. I got stuck on the Facebook Marketplace,
Yeah.
searching for things I didn't need. Came across one I really wanted and was like, screw it.
Scrolling through Facebook Marketplace is almost as fun as it's more fun than scrolling through your feed. You just scroll through. And
There's
find
some
all
cool stuff. Like we were looking at big boats
Yeah.
yesterday for no reason.
like $12,000 boats.
And then we found one. We're like, hey, we could probably get
Dude,
the band could buy a boat.
That was a good deal on that boat.
It was. It's
Yeah.
still on there, I'm sure.
Yeah. Like
You might still buy it.
You guys have got some money in one of your accounts, and we were like, hey, let's band boat anyone?
What about a band boat?
What about a band boat?
You can sleep on it.
It was a
It
big
had a
one.
little kitchen.
Yeah, it had it was enough for all six of us, and it was like a deep sea vessel.
It had a cabin.
You could justify it by saying that this is like the recording boat or the riding boat. Like you take the boat out to the water for like a riding session to practice.
Oh, yeah. IRS ain't going to go for that. That is not a write-off.
Claim this $12,000 boat as a write-off.
No, not happening.
Yeah. Well, tell me about CMA Fest, because that was a lot of fun, but
It was.
It was not
It was
the
interesting.
not the smoothest show.
No. They had. So what I heard, so we get there. We were supposed to start playing at 1:15. We get there, and it's already, 1 o'clock. Band hasn't even started yet, the band before us. They couldn't get the sound right or something, and they get off stage, and they're like, they play their whole set, so it's like, 1:40 now, when we were supposed to already be done. And they were like, good luck, guys. It sucks. So we get up there, and it took us 30 or 40 minutes just to get so they could get the sound set, and it was awful.
Yeah.
And then we still had like 2 or 3 minutes left, and we had our last song. And it was like 2 or 3 minutes, and we had our last song, and the stage manager's over there like, y'all are done.
Yeah.
I was just thinking like, it's already a crappy show. Just let us have our last song. But we already, like Brandon already announced it, and
Yeah.
the guys over there doing that, and we were like, well, I guess we're not playing one more song.
Brandon had addressed the crowd. He's like, y'all follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And he's like, and then like setting up for playing another song. And he's like, or no, we're done. Bye. Yeah. Like you could hear the frustration.
Anyway,
yeah.
It was frustrating for sure.
Well, the sound check took so long, man.
Yeah. Supposedly what I heard was the sound man quit
Yeah.
or got fired on the spot, one of the two. So you had a bunch of kids, literally kids running running the sound, at least on the side stage, it was awful.
Yeah.
You could just see them freaking out. Had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. And no hate towards CMA Fest. CMA Fest is cool. This was
it was the sound crew's fault.
Yeah, it's happened to be a bad experience.
They won't hire them again, I can tell you that.
It was the sound crew's fault, but at the same time, I get you're trying to recoup some of that lost time. You've lost your schedule.
Yeah, but they were so far behind at that point.
But why break it off in your set?
They just put the cherry on top for the crowd.
Yeah.
They were already irritated. They knew what was going on.
You guys were you guys had been so you guys had been in a studio. You guys were recording.
Possibly.
We'll keep this super on the DL. you were in a place you didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
And you had to leave to come to the show.
And make it to CMA Fest.
Basically, what everybody was saying was that all of you guys, everyone in the band, y'all were all saying, "Man, I wish we could stay here. Man, I wish we didn't have to go do this, but we will, because the crowd's there and our people are there, so we're gonna go play for them. But I wish we could stay here."
Yeah.
So you take the time out of you, and you guys had to leave at like late that night and drive all through the night to get there. So it's a huge effort on your part to get there, and then they just,
Yeah, I was angry.
Yeah, it was.
And our whole agency team's there.
Yeah.
Like people we haven't got to meet yet.
So you guys are standing on stage in front of your audience for like 10, 15 minutes.
It might have been longer than that.
Yeah, just trying to get the sound right. And then on top of that, the cherry on, like you said, the cherry on top, once the show was rolling, they shut the show off early.
It was really just, just bad.
Yeah. And again, no hate to see CMA Fest here. That it's a good thing, and I hope everyone that came there had fun. It just happens to be a bad experience, and sometimes you have those bad experiences.
Yep, part of it.
Yeah,
you just wouldn't think it'd be at CMA Fest.
Yeah, that's such a prestigious event. Yeah. What's some of the worst shows you've ever played?
Oh man, we've definitely had some. Oh, there was this venue in Jeffersonville, Indiana, right across the river from Louisville. Mm-hmm. And it was a really bad sound guy. It was a brand new venue. We had a pretty good crowd there. Mm-hmm. And we sound checked for like 2.5 hours. He couldn't figure it out. We just were over it. We're like, all right, screw it. We'll just deal with it. Yeah. But when we get up on stage to play the first song, it's just like feedback, like loud, put your fingers in your ear feedback. And it wouldn't stop. I mean, it went on.
That real quick, that can be one of the sounds we program in there.
Just feedback?
Yeah, just feedback.
Oops. Yeah, how about that one?
We'll keep that one in there.
That's that sound man. He's a joke. Okay, that's.
How do you have those memorized? Hey, you're good, man. You come in here. Yeah, this is don't even worry about it. We're in the green room. We got to have green room stuff happen. People walk around in the green room.
Of course.
We had a podcast on the El King tour called the Green Room Podcast, and so that was like a closed behind a paywall podcast. This is the first one.
That was our test.
Yeah. Hey, you guys are good. If y'all are coming in here, but that one was behind a paywall. What's up, guys?
Hello.
Hello.
Y'all are good. It's a Green Room Podcast. Trying to get the fajitas on.
But we actually tested the podcast behind a paywall for the El King tour. We called it the Green Room Podcast. That went really well. Got a lot of great feedback from it.
It was fun.
Yeah, and you guys love doing it. That's why I wanted to keep doing it, because y'all liked doing it.
Totally.
But the Green Room was taken as like a podcast title, so that's why this one's called Strays Off Stage.
Yeah, copyrights.
But when people would walk through the Green Room in the old podcast, we'd say, "This is the Green Room Podcast. It's part of the Green Room experience."
Part of it.
Yeah, part
people
of it.
Got used to it, especially like El Kings. You come around the corner and just start cussing.
Yeah. I have to play some of those clips.
Yeah, we had her on for an episode, so I mean, our plan with this is to, especially when we're at like a festival.
Yeah,
try to get these guys.
I think
girls on it.
I think it can go to that level.
I hope so. I think we can get. I think we could start with the Eric Church and Dirks Bentley.
Doing a podcast is more fun than what people think. They think it's nervous, like, oh, what are they going to talk about? This and that. But it's
El King took it like a champ.
Yeah,
we sat there, had a great conversation.
She had fun. She had she had fun. Elle's great.
Yeah, she was awesome.
Yeah, that whole tour was incredible.
I miss all those people that worked on our team.
I know. I miss Elle. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Juan's coming tonight, isn't he?
I think so. He said he was.
Put him on the list. No.
Hopefully he shows up. He'll be our tech.
Juan was the stage manager for El King on that run, and he was pretty cool. We become good friends with him. But
he took care of us.
Yeah, he was good. But you're at that show. You had the feedback, loud feedback. Hey, you're good, man. You can
It
come
was
through
just
here.
bad the whole night. It was embarrassing.
Yeah,
It was that bad.
like just the sound though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, everything else was fine. We had a great crowd. I mean,
I guess he didn't want to come in.
he got scared.
Yeah, he got nervous.
It just went to hell in a handbasket with the sound guy.
You know what's hit or miss, man, and having a good sound guy is key to a good
Oh,
show.
man. I can't wait till we can bring our own.
Yeah,
Cost money.
just hire somebody that you like. Yeah.
Because you can cuss those people out.
What are we paying you
I'm
for?
just kidding. But the sound here is really good tonight. They're great. We got everything we wanted. It's a cool room. It's an
Yeah.
old church.
Is this a sold out show?
Oh, I wish. No, it's a big room. I think the capacity is like 700 something.
Oh shoot,
We should get. I think we're around like 300 though.
it's okay. You'll have a bunch.
But
of
there's a
walk-ups.
balcony, so I don't think we're. Well, most people probably aren't going to sit in the balcony,
Yeah,
but
right.
it should be good.
But you'll have a bunch of walkouts.
Hopefully,
A lot of these shows have a bunch of walkouts.
it's been where they were like, "Oh, our walk-ups are great," and we have nobody.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's been like that. Not recently, but before, especially before the record came out.
Yeah. So, giving you guys a little insight on the music world, moving tickets is everything. Being able to move tickets is your worth as a band. I don't care, how TikTok famous you are or how you do on
gotta
Spotify
sell.
even. Yeah. Your Spotify numbers are great, but if they don't move tickets, that is the real world implications of how successful you are, is how well you move tickets. How do y'all think? And you guys, the cool thing about this is, so y'all just did the El King tour, and you were opening for 40 days on the road with the El King. So much, your Spotify like doubled.
Oh yeah,
So much good press. That was the first big tour you've done, opening for such a big name like El King. This fall, you're going to be going on your own headlining tour, your first ever Red Clay Straight
that's not
headlining
our
tour.
first. We've been doing this for 4 years. That's all headlining if you're the headliner.
Okay, let me rephrase that. It's your first big boy tour.
Yeah, with like a, yeah.
Yeah.
Some things we probably can't announce.
Some
yet,
confidential information here.
Yeah.
It's going to be y'all's
but big
first.
boys need a big bus, so
Yeah, your first big boy tour that you're headlining with all these. You're on the road for 40, 50 days with all these dates.
it'd be 56 straight.
Yeah, across the whole country.
Yeah,
This would be 56 straight.
I think it's 56 days.
How do you think that's going to go? How do you think you guys as a band over the last couple of years have grown your nationwide fan base?
Well, a lot of those markets we're hitting are the same that we played with L, so
Yeah.
we'll be seeing what the feedback was from that.
Yeah.
Oh,
L really helped you guys out in breaking open some new markets in the Northeast and the
yeah.
Northwest.
It's huge when you can. I mean,
Yeah.
you can play in front of. It was like 3,000-4,000 people a night.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a huge. That's as big as that's the biggest help you can get.
Yeah. That Sacramento show, dude, you guys didn't have much of a fan base in California. You had some fans in California.
Maybe we've never played there before.
Yeah,
never
but-
even been there.
Dude, after that Sacramento show, everyone was commenting like new fan. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
cool to go in like your Spotify account and look at your logistics and stuff and
Yeah,
see all that.
totally. And we had a fan when we did the meet and greet for CMA Fest from Sacramento. You remember that? Oh yeah.
I remember the show, but I
Yeah, I
didn't see-
forgot. We
yeah.
had to do a meet and greet.
I couldn't hear what y'all were saying either. I mean, I was
Yeah.
at the meet and greet, but I couldn't hear what y'all were talking about.
One of the girls there, she was pretty young. She was from saw us at Sacramento.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was neat.
Yeah, you guys are slowly building that nationwide fan base.
I think this next record will do it.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I
It'll
think so
help a
too.
ton. Can't wait to show people that one.
You guys may or may not be working on that record right now,
May or may not.
but hypothetically, if you were, and
Hypothetically.
it would hypothetically sound amazing,
Hypothetically, we're pretty happy.
and I'd be hypothetically really excited about it.
Yeah, we're hypothetically very excited about it. Too.
All this is a hypothetical situation. Of
It's
course.
hypothetically going to take a while to release it, though.
Yeah.
So it won't be this year.
Yeah.
Hypothetically,
No.
if we were recording.
If you guys were working on one right now,
Yeah.
hypothetically,
Hypothetically.
it would be
Only,
like
yeah.
2025. Or
No,
I mean,
no,
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 I'm sorry,
no.
2024.
Yeah.
I was thinking we were in 2024 for some
No,
reason.
no. Yeah.
It'll be next year.
Hypothetically, it could be around the same time the last one was released.
And that's not a bad time frame, man.
No,
Two years for an album.
Oh, yeah. Well, your first album, we're still riding it out because we're
Yeah.
still making new fans all the time.
Yeah.
I think it's going to time up perfect with the next record, though.
Yeah, I hate that we haven't done a music video for that first album yet.
Yeah.
It's really it's a lot harder to plan than I would have originally thought.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just, man, I wish we could have taken care
We
of
had
that.
some plans. It was really timed, too. I
Yeah.
felt like we had some really good plans to get it done, but
We almost shot a Moment of Truth music video.
Yeah.
We got this close.
and we had some really good ideas of Doing time
Yeah, doing time and wondering why.
and wondering why.
I had a full storyboard drawn up for wondering why, doing time, and moment of truth.
Yeah. We put some time away for one of them.
For moment of truth.
Something happened. I think we just weren't ready. Like, I think it was a financial and
Yeah, we had
things
sponsors. We had a budget for it. We had sponsors.
yeah.
Ultimately what it was, in all actuality, it was Cody and I were having some huge disagreements on the story of it. And in the middle of our disagreements, we were having some logistical. There were some shots that I wanted to do that would have required us to build things. Like we would have had to build a certain
box and
stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
And it was getting a little convoluted, but we still could have done it.
Yeah.
But in the middle of all this, we have like a 3-day window to get it done.
Yeah. That's we don't want to rush it.
No, and so it ultimately come in like we have a cool idea here, cool concept, but like we don't have the resources to make this happen right now.
Do you think music videos are still big?
I think so. I mean, to me, a music video is just as much of an art as like recording the song itself.
Okay.
It's the visual story that is being told with the audio story that you recorded.
Yeah. Us never doing one. I can't tell you the last music video I watched.
Well, okay, so I'll tell you though.
Because you did do our first music video.
Yeah, there are
Pretty
ones.
godly.
Yeah, and that one's doing really well. There are ones that are a little more artistic, and that's what I'm talking about. But then again, on the other side of that, just having some type of video with your song on it is also like wondering why lyric video right now. And I did a bunch of lyric video, or I did all the lyric videos for the Moment of Truth album.
Why not?
Your Moment of Truth. You're wondering why lyric video is like up to 50,000 views on YouTube.
Not bad.
I don't think that a wondering why music video would be much higher, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that a wondering why. I think sometimes some people just want to hear the song on YouTube, and if there's a video attached to it, great.
Yeah.
And I think the vast majority of your audience doesn't necessarily care about all the artistic storytelling or whatever.
I think if, with the video, we'd most likely make a release out of it, get the backing and do a proper release rather than just dropping up video on YouTube.
Yeah. I've seen like huge mainstream songs that the simple little looks like it was made in PowerPoint lyric video had twice the amount of views as their official music video.
Yeah,
that cost
I bet that's
$50,000.
Yeah, I think it comes down to people searching the song.
Yep, and I think that's really
and
what it
clicking
is.
the lyric video. Yeah,
I think for certain songs, it's good to do a music video simply because
it's an extra piece of art.
You want to do it, and you would have fun doing it.
Yeah,
that's all
it's
that
a
matters.
Piece of content.
Yeah, and I think we can make some cool music videos. We just have to start. I think like if we're going to release a single out of this next hypothetical album, if we're going to release a single earlier, like we would have to plan a music video.
Yeah.
I would like to, if the timing makes sense and if the scheduling works.
Yeah,
I would like to. I think
Can't
that
hurt.
It does also. There is. I think there's some data that would support that releasing a music video with an album, or with a song, pushes the song a little bit.
Totally.
My ex roommate was a project manager for a big group, and he talked about that all the time. Like he talked about, all right, well, so and so is dropping this big song, and I have to get this this music video planned for them because this and this marketing and this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd help.
I think it's beneficial if you can squeeze it into the schedule.
Yeah,
but
hypothetically.
Hypothetically. But the scheduling is the biggest thing for you guys right now.
Yeah, we're busy. I don't even know when I'm going to go home again, let alone be home for a couple days.
You will be home the night of the 11th.
Hopefully.
For a couple
Now,
of days.
me and Brandon did talk about driving at 6 a.m.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that because of the dog?
Oh, I don't know, but just getting home.
Yeah.
Because we only get, from here to the end of summer, it's 2 days max being home.
Yeah.
So take advantage of it while we got it,
Yeah.
And I got to go pick up that new kayak.
Yeah. Get that thing on the water, man.
Yeah, well, I got to go get it registered and stuff.
You got to register it?
Yeah, because it's got a motor on it.
Oh.
It's got so usually like with your kayaks, like a big thing now is pedal-driven kayaks. I know we just totally got caught off the subject, but
go ahead.
So like you regularly paddle.
Mm-hmm.
Now they gotten really popular pedal kayaks. You can do this. Some of them are like that.
Yeah.
But you can go a lot further for longer because you're using your legs. Well, I took it a step up. And I got one with a trolling motor on it.
Yeah.
So
The thing's nice.
When
Dude.
you-
It's got like a fish spotter on it too.
it's got a fish finder. Yeah, I mean the dude's selling it with everything, even the thing you hang it from the roof with in the garage.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a 13-footer.
Yeah.
But when you put a motor on a kayak, it's considered a boat. So you got to
You have to
register it.
You have to have your boating license for it.
Yep, you got to have a boater's license. Got to register it. You got to pay to register it.
You're good, man. Come on in.
What is it? Yeah, did you see Brandon? The tall guy. Hey, Brandon. Brandon, they need the cash box. Will you start charging the tablet for us, Zach? Yeah, just start charging it at the merch table. She knows how to use the software. Thank you, bud.
But
Where are we at?
your boating license.
Oh yeah, you gotta have a license and you gotta have it registered.
Yeah, the boating test isn't that hard.
No, I'm not worried about that. I've never had to drop. Never needed one.
Yeah.
But I can go do that. And then you got to pay to register it like a vehicle. So in Alabama, it's 7%.
Freaking government.
Yep, I know you were going to say that. So,
I don't like the government.
yeah, hypothetically, you could fudge numbers, like buying a car.
Yeah.
Everybody's done that.
Hypothetically. Yeah.
Hypothetically.
It's not that bad. 7% of the total cost.
Yeah.
That's not that bad.
No, but when there's also a $35 fee for registering it. Just a straight off the top fee.
It's become a whole project for
Well,
you.
the worst part, I thought it came with the battery.
Yeah.
It did not come with the battery in it. It's a 24 volt. Like your car batteries are 12 volt.
I don't want to divulge your business here, but like the amount of money you've put into this thing already with the buying
Don't
it.
remind me.
Yeah,
This is why I said I did not need to be looking.
the kayak, the battery, and the registration and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could have just bought a boat.
You put it like that, No, I couldn't for the price. You can't. I mean, boats are expensive. I could get a crappy boat.
Yeah, a good kayak,
But,
like a top of the line kayak or a crappy boat.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'll take the kayak, and it can make it a 2-seater, so keeps Taylor happy, keeps fiance happy at home.
yeah,
Because that was the biggest thing. If I got another kayak, well, she gets to use the other one.
yeah.
Well, now I
This
got because
two-seater.
it's a solo tandem, so I can change it. It's interchangeable.
I don't mean to sound misogynistic here, but does she know how to drive it? Would she be able to take it out on her own?
It being so heavy, because it's like with the battery and everything in it, it's probably close to 70, 80 pounds.
Yeah,
She'd have to use my truck, but she knows how to drive the truck really well. The jacked up
yeah.
F-250,
Big truck.
big diesel truck, but she knows she drives it very well.
Yeah, does she know how to pull a trailer?
No, probably not.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard to
she's-
learn. She's smart.
Yeah, she's very smart.
Yeah,
She's got a master's degree. She can figure it out.
yeah. She can probably drive it better than I could. I'd jackknife y'all's trailer.
Everybody, I've jackknifed a trailer before.
It's like a rite of passage.
Yeah, we have such a, compared to trailer, a long bus.
I got stuck on the Waffle House. It was terrible.
Yeah, I remember Brandon saying you called that we've all turned into places we shouldn't have been with the bus. We've had to stop traffic on major roads and back out.
Yeah.
You're just out in the street waving people down.
Y'all's bus is a headache to drive.
It's a headache all the way around.
Yeah, headache to work. Y'all just worked on it again. Y'all work on it so much.
Brandon worked on it today, actually.
Yeah, I'll play some of that footage too. when
Yeah,
y'all
I'm glad you got that. So
Yeah.
you can't. Me and Brandon being the ones that primarily drive, it sucks when there's no front AC.
Yeah.
And yesterday we were driving from Nashville from CMA Fest back to Cody's house in Lebanon, and something started burning. And it was a weird smell I've never smelled before. Usually you can tell what's going on by the smell.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just metal cooking because of the fan clutch not the fan clutch, the clutch on the compressor locked up.
Yeah.
But the pulley was still pulling. It was the clutch. So it got really, really hot.
Mm-hmm.
And so, no more front AC for us. So this morning, Brandon woke up extra early and got to work.
Yeah,
Got a
yeah.
warranty on that. The compressor wasn't even a year old.
That's cool.
But to get the warranty, you had to take the dryer off. Another part, I can't remember what it was called. What do you call that?
The dryer, the compressor, the belt, the air filter.
No. The AC part.
What part? What does it do?
Is that like a collector? I don't remember.
I don't know.
It was some kind of other part, but we had to take 3 big parts off. I mean, Brandon practically replaced the whole front AC unit.
Yeah.
Like the whole front AC system.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
got us some AC.
Yeah.
Got here a
it's
little
cold.
late, but
It's
we
cold,
here.
man. Yeah.
It blows real cold.
Hang on one
And it's not leaking anymore. All in the quartz. You ever
Yeah.
watched Harry Potter?
No. I watched one. Yeah, I've seen the first one a couple of times when I was real little. I never just like got into the lore.
They're great movies. I know I'm not a Harry Potter nerd. My fiance likes them a lot, and I grew up liking them. I never read the books. She's read all the books. She's a reader. But yeah, I like Harry Potter.
Really?
I'm not afraid to say it. I like Star Wars a lot too.
Star Wars is cool.
Yeah, Star Wars is really cool.
How are you into Harry Potter and Star Wars, but you don't like superhero stuff?
I don't know. I can't stand superheroes. I didn't have superheroes growing up.
I think you really just.
My dad was my superhero.
Your dad was a cop, so that makes sense.
He was a real superhero.
Yeah, he was really fighting fires and.
He wasn't fighting
people.
fires, Matthew. That's a firefighter.
Sometimes cops fight fires sometimes if they happen to be at the scene.
My dad was a detective.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he was a good cop. He took bad people to jail.
You should like Batman then.
No, Batman's just a rich man with a utility belt.
Batman's a detective. The best Batman stories are the ones that showcase his intelligence, and
He's just a rich boy.
it doesn't feel
my
like
parents died.
it doesn't feel like that. So a lot of time, and it depends on the writer and it depends on the storyline. But
Okay.
some of my favorite Batman stories are the ones that they strip away the Bruce Wayne, and it's just this guy that it's like this crime noir story, and he's just solving these cases, and he's like putting the clues together, and it's driving him crazy because there's one missing piece, and then he finds that piece right under his nose, and those are some of the best, Batman storylines.
I think it's just something I didn't grow up with.
Yeah,
I never found interest in them.
yeah. I like the idea of superpowers. Like I like
yeah,
that.
I mean, I always had that, but
Well, it's the responsibility aspect of it, and this is how I started feeling. This shaped my thoughts towards like rich people and stuff, because it's like it's an interesting idea that a person could be born with or gain these crazy abilities, but they instinctively would use those abilities in an altruistic way.
okay.
They would instinctively use those abilities to help people. Now, translate that to our real world, and that makes cool stories, and makes cool movies and cool comic books. But translate that in the real world, that's the equivalent of stumbling upon a box of $1 billion and immediately using that $1 billion to just do nothing but help the world. You know what I mean? How many people would do that?
I mean,
Instead
there's
of-
some rich people out there.
There are some rich people.
I don't agree where they put their money sometimes.
Yeah, there are a lot of, and I'm not against rich people. There are a lot of altruistic rich people. I'm just more or less like, it's a good lesson in morality, I think.
Okay. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So it's a battle of rich people. Batman versus Iron Man.
Oh gosh. So they're in their suits and everything, and they just meet.
Yeah. I mean, Iron Man has weapons.
Standard.
Batman's he's just a dude with a utility belt.
So people get into these arguments about who versus who, and swear to God, it all depends on the writer. It is whatever the writer wants to happen.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying if you were the writer, who's winning? Don't pick favorites, but off of ability. Obviously,
Again,
richness.
Yeah. I don't think that Batman would ever beat Superman in the fight in real life.
I don't think so. Superman's like indestructible unless you got kryptonite.
Yeah, but he's like, it's a super speed. It's like Batman has kryptonite, but
See, I think that's a lame superhero.
well, and this is where we're going to lose a lot of people, because the cross section between huge music fans and huge comic fans is insanely low. I want to go back to
Fishing? Oh wait, I'm just kidding.
we were talking about your boating license, so let's go back to the show tonight, and how do you think that's going to go?
I don't know. It sounds good. Usually, if it sounds good, we play good. We
Yeah.
play good.
Well, just with it being the last show being CMA
Make
Fest
money.
and the last bad sound check, you know what I mean? Are you guys shaking up a little from that?
No, I mean we get past things pretty quick. I was pretty mad. Not gonna lie, I came off stage pretty pissed.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, it's just embarrassing,
yeah,
I guess. But we're back to our normal grind.
yeah.
I'm ready to get moving. I mean, this summer's about to be big. But talk about this venue. It's an
Yeah.
old church.
Old
Have
church.
you saw it. It is gorgeous.
I didn't like.
And it sounds
look at it.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they
cool.
still have the stained glasses all down the wall.
Yeah.
Still have the balcony up top.
yeah. That's cool.
It's not a Catholic church, but it's a church nonetheless.
Andy's Catholic. I almost said Andy's Catholic.
I mean, I'm a Catholic, I guess. They call my bracelets my Catholicism. They hold my superpowers.
Yeah, so he has those bracelets right there, but like you handed them to me, like you're working on the bus, and you're like, will you hold these for me? I was like, you're going to take off your Catholicism? He's like, yeah, I'll take off my Catholicism. I was like, man, you can take it off and put it on so easily. I thought that's just something that Christians did. I'm a
Yeah.
huge Christian, so like I can say that joke.
I mean, I'm Christian too, Matthew.
Yeah.
I'm the OG Christian.
You're
actually,
Catholic.
if you think
That's
about
not
it.
real Christianity.
Oh, what? It was the birth of it, and we're gonna get into this argument.
Mhm.
I'm just
No, I know. I think it's more important that you live like Christ.
Yeah,
No matter what you
totally.
believe, no matter what denomination you are, as long as you love people and as long as you show that love.
How many
That's what's-
church people have you seen that don't do that? you know?
Lots. I went to church. I've got my degree in theology. I went to church school. I went to Bible college.
Yeah.
So many of my peers were just not that.
Hey, when you went to Thailand, what is their like main religion?
Buddhism,
Oh,
Yep.
I could have guessed that.
100%. Islam was second.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Is there much Christianity there?
There's some, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I think so. I think Islam is the second one. That might be wrong.
Where they're located, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but no, Christianity is there. It's not as common, and that's actually why I went to film school there at like a missionary place, and like it's Bible film school. But that's why the missionaries were there, was because Christianity is not super mainstream there.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. They were good people though.
Yeah.
What I've found observing people in all the places I've been is that Christians or atheists or Catholics or Buddhists, a lot of times that's just like a mask you wear, and
Yeah.
your true personality is always under that mask.
Yeah.
To me, Christianity shouldn't be. It shouldn't be like a trend or that mask you wear. The point of Christianity is to reach and affect that real person behind it.
Totally.
It's really and truly to give you that peace of mind of you don't have to stress about dying or take your life too seriously because there's something after it, so don't worry. And B, while you're here, while you're operating on this world, these are the reasons why it makes sense to be happy and to love people and to live a loving life. That is the whole thing for me. You know what I mean?
Seems like common sense.
Yeah, it should be common sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think people overcomplicate it.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think, all the way around.
Yeah. 100%.
So was that considered a mission? No, I guess you went to film school.
Yeah. So
But it was through your church.
no.
It wasn't?
I mean, I met the guy that ran it, Chuck Quinley, through the church. And by the way,
Oh.
if you're looking for a good Bible podcast to listen to, it's the Thread by Dr. Chuck Quinley. He's Chuck Quinley. He's like a doctor to me. He's so smart.
Does he have a doctorate?
I can't remember, to be completely honest.
If he doesn't, he's a doctor.
Yeah. It's Thread by Chuck Quinley. He's really cool.
Check it out.
Yeah, it's cool. But that's where it was connected to. I met him through the church where I went to film school. Did you ever do any type of school or training for bass or for music?
No.
What kind of school did you do?
What kind of school did I do? I've been in Catholic school my whole life.
Yeah.
Where the Catholicism comes from. But I did go to college. That's where I met Drew.
I asked that question because I knew you guys met in college.
Little segue.
Yeah.
I was working. So I got hurt in high school playing football. I didn't know what I wanted to do then. I just, I went to a private school where they breed you to go to college.
I didn't know you got hurt playing football.
Yeah, that's how I got in sports medicine. So I didn't know there was, college was, everybody went to college.
What did you hurt?
My collarbone, broke both of them.
Oh,
But I broke one, I think it was my left side 4 times
Yeah.
my senior year.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Dude,
happened in practice.
I didn't know that the whole time.
Happened all in practice. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really good athletes, but
Yeah.
I wasn't probably, I would have probably got playing time, but not like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have started by any means. But
yeah.
I had fun doing it. But that's how I got into sports medicine, because I had to go through the rehab.
Yeah.
And it was just cool to be that person gets to help put somebody back into the thing they love. And then that's what I did in college. I went for I got an exercise science degree, and I got into the sports medicine program.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a student athletic trainer, and I did football, so I would go to all the home games, do all the practices, then do a lot of the away games. So I got to fly around the country
Yeah.
doing that. But that's where I met Drew, because he was working with the equipment, trying to become a coach.
Yeah.
So they promised him, it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be a GA in the coaching. But me and him became friends there.
Yeah. That's super cool.
Yeah, and that's how we ended up meeting Brandon.
So do you think if you weren't playing music right now, you'd probably be doing something sport related?
I don't know. Once I got into it, I realized this is not for me.
Yeah.
It's
But
just,
you're the only
I mean,
one. It's ironic though, because you're the only one that finished.
yeah. Well, I don't quit
Yeah.
anything. No, my mom really wanted me to make that degree, and I wanted to do it for myself. I was so far committed before music started taking off.
Yeah.
But I was fortunate because we started really playing my sophomore year of college, late sophomore year. So I talked to my advisor, and he let me go on tour. That very first tour we ever did in my Acadia, and he let me make up all my work. He was like, "I can't tell you not to chase a dream." So I was very fortunate because I don't know what would have happened if he was like, "Well, I can't promise you the work will be here when you get back."
Yeah.
Failing college wasn't an option for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what would have happened, but athletic trainers are underpaid, under-respected, and they work a lot of hours. It's like 13 hours a day.
Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, especially if you're working in college, there's a lot to do, especially with a big team like football. I mean, you always have somebody rehabbing. People are always getting hurt. People are always crying about something.
Yeah. So where did the music start?
My dad played guitar and drums back in the day, back in the 80s, and some bands. They played around, the Gulf Coast area.
Yeah.
I still remember the day. We always had a couple guitars underneath my parents' bed, and I didn't know nothing about them. I'd pull them out, look at them, put them back. And then one day I asked my dad, I was like, "What do you do with those? Why do we have them?" And he pulled it out, hooked his little 1980s PV amp up, and he had like two little pedals, and he started playing it, and then it never got put back up.
Yeah.
And he kept playing it, and then my brother got into playing. And then I wanted to play, so I always like to be different, so I went with the drums. And my dad gave me my first drum kit when I was 13. So I did that, and then on my 16th birthday, the next door neighbors were having a yard sale, and they had this crappy old bass guitar for sale for $15. So I bought it. So, and then I just used music as free time.
Yeah.
Get away from everything.
Yeah. It's like an outlet.
Yeah, a lot of people in high school didn't know I played an instrument.
Yeah.
So I was never out forward with it. It was just something I thought I would do in my spare time.
So obviously, I've never seen. I swear to God, I've never seen you play the drums once or the guitar.
I don't know how to play guitar.
So that's what I was about to ask. Why did you continue learning the bass and getting good at the bass?
I think it was because it was different.
Yeah.
And at home, me, my brother, and my dad, we would all jam together. So that's where I got the drums, and then bass. My brother moved out by that time. So it was mostly just by myself. So I got really good with like backing tracks, and I'd play with my dad. We'd jam. But I don't know. I've always wanted to be different. Guitar doesn't interest me in the slightest. Yeah. It should, but it doesn't.
Bass is one of those instruments that doesn't get as much recognition.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I've never really felt like I need to be the person out front. Not to.
It's like
crap about any guitar player or lead singers, but I like the supporting role.
Yeah.
I like to be the person helping in the background. You have a very important job that nobody knows about.
It's like good camera work in films.
Exactly. No one thinks about it.
If you're doing it right, you shouldn't notice it's there.
Exactly. That's the base.
Yeah. If you're doing it right, you're probably not even noticed.
Yeah.
But if you're not there or you're not doing it right, it's immediately recognizable.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
When I hit a bad note, it is obvious.
Dude, like take bands like trio bands like ZZ Top. There's a reason one of them's a bass. You know what I mean? It's a super, super important.
It's the glue between the drums and melodic instruments. So you're taking the beat and the rhythm, and you're kind of the in-between. You kind of glue it together.
Adding some meat to the sound.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's more important than people think.
Yeah, 100%.
But bass, it's just people don't listen for it.
Yeah.
It's not very out front.
It's foundational too.
Yeah.
People like to focus on what's at the top and what's in the front, and not necessarily the foundation that makes it up.
Especially non-music people.
Yeah.
I bet most non-music people that listen to music couldn't even pick it out.
Yeah. It's funny to hear how people talk about Brandon, because people make superstars out of Brandon.
Oh yeah,
and he's a
singer.
I think he's my brother. I love him. I think he's a superstar.
Oh,
but,
of course.
I mean, like he's told me before. He's like, I know he doesn't feel that important. He's like, Brandon.
Oh, he doesn't feel important?
Well, he's important. I guess what I'm saying is that he fully recognizes that all these foundational pieces are what make the music so good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just funny to hear non-music people like they address Brandon and talk
Oh,
to Brandon
yeah.
as a superstar.
How many times I've just stood there while Brandon gets a picture or just signs something, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh. I mean, it is what it is. He's the lead singer.
Yeah, front
My
man.
ego's not big enough to worry.
Yeah.
But he always, Brandon always gives us our recognition.
That's what. Yeah.
He never takes it and be like, I did this, I did that.
Yeah.
Everything we do is completely collective. He just drives. He's just the leader.
And what you all are good at your job. He's a good lead singer.
Yeah.
He's a good singer.
Oh my God.
Y'all couldn't
He's
be the
the
band.
best.
You couldn't be the band that you are without him singing.
No, 100%.
You couldn't be the band that you are without you playing bass. It's
Well, you could get a bass player.
I mean, you could, and it might be among the less noticeable swaps if y'all had to swap a member.
Yeah. Yeah. If one member had to leave.
Yeah, because of what we were talking about, like the foundational aspect of it. But again, I think it's the collective sound that y'all make together that makes y'all what y'all are.
Totally. We all bring everything different to the table.
Yeah, and
But I mean, that's the cool part, because there's some lead singers we met that are complete jerks.
yeah, real bad.
Yeah. And everything we do in our band's completely equal across the front.
But you guys love each other.
Yeah. I
mean,
mean,
you guys
we
are
wouldn't
buddies.
be anywhere without each other.
That's something I think that's really cool. And I've seen a lot of bands too that don't like each other.
Oh, yeah.
Or where there's a singer that's got a big ego, or there's like a guitar player that doesn't know when to stop playing.
We've seen it all the time.
Yeah, there's all kinds of people like that. But like at the end of the day, when you guys get on the bus together, y'all are cracking jokes and hanging out, and you can get mad at each other and be mad at each other, and it's okay. And it's like you guys are really and truly
Communication.
Yeah.
It's key.
yeah.
You don't hold anything inside. Eventually, one of us, I think we've just gotten so used to it. When somebody's like upset about something or irritated, we'll draw it out of you.
Yeah.
You're going to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't
If
think
you want to or not.
I don't think many things can like stay under the radar in this
No,
group.
Totally not. No,
Yeah.
if someone's up, if someone's not having a good day,
Like it.
you'll get it. Yeah, they'll ask you a million times.
You were having a bad morning the other morning, and like I could watch the guys on like Andy's being bitchy today.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it
they-
was not
they-
my day.
they-
But I
they
mean,
were
I was
honing
also
in.
just screwing with you.
Yeah.
I don't usually get that upset about things.
No.
Depends on what it is.
I
Bad
guess
sounds one of them.
it's good to be comfortable enough to be upset around your friends.
Oh yeah, you have to be.
Yeah.
That's rule number one.
Yeah.
If you meet a band that says they don't argue, somebody's lying.
Or they're too afraid to argue.
Yeah, when you're doing, that's the biggest thing. If you're taking things and you're not talking it out and you're just letting it build and build. I mean, like the last band we were in, we got to a point where we couldn't say anything.
Yeah, y'all were arguing so much.
Yeah,
I remember that.
It was me and Brandon and Drew versus the other two guys. It was stupid.
Yeah.
When you can't talk to each other, you have issues.
There's a reason why you three are still in a band together.
Exactly. We can. I mean, yeah, we have a pretty. All of us now. Well, all of us since the beginning have a pretty similar mindset.
And it's easy to hear this and to just imagine that you guys are all like-minded people, and that's what you're not. Every one of you guys are different. So different politically.
Musically, we know what we want.
Yeah,
we all have the same goal. Is
Yeah.
to go as as far as we can.
You're different politically. You're different religiously. You're different personality-wise. You guys are also
Totally.
different, but you can agree on the sound.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But that's the cool part. We like to argue.
Yeah.
We argue. How many times a day do we argue about iPhone versus Androids?
So I just switched to iPhone.
Yeah, we argue about everything. We argue about politics. We all argue. Not really. We don't really argue about religion.
Yeah.
We all have pretty similar mindset there.
Well,
but anything, we'll
jokes will
argue
be
about
cracked.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll argue.
Yeah. It's a good atmosphere, good relationship.
You gotta have it.
Yeah, well, we're drawing to a close here with this episode. I lost my train of thought there.
Do you think you got enough to make an episode?
Oh yeah, 100%. This has been a fun one, man. I'm glad we got to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really nice green room.
Yeah, it's a great green room. There'll be lots more good, cool green rooms.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't get green rooms.
Yeah. Sometimes you just get like a closet.
Or a table with your name on it.
A green table. Yeah. But we'll be doing these once we officially launch these. I'm gonna try to do them like once a week. That's my goal.
We're gonna try to get them out as much as we can.
It takes so long to edit these things together, but my goal is once a week.
And they're free.
Yeah.
They're free. And the video, if you're watching, is going to be on YouTube.
Exclusively on YouTube.
All listening will be on everything else. From
Everything
your
else.
Apple and your Spotify.
Yep. We look forward to cranking these out and giving you guys a backstage, behind the scenes look at what it's like to be a touring band, and
What it's like
hopefully
to be the Red Clay Strays.
yeah, hopefully an up and coming band. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what
I
happens.
can't say we ain't tried.
Yeah, you guys are putting in the hours and you're putting in the miles, and
I just want to go home.
try a new kayak out.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, a couple more days, man. You'll get there.
Oh, it's going to cost me so much money. I need some more gigs.
Just think about the fishing, man. Think about the fish you're gonna catch.
I know.
Yeah.
Think how much money I got to spend.
Don't think about that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Catch you guys next time.
Bye.